from the CBS Bay Area studios, this is KPIX 5 News.
It's just about 6 o'clock on this Saturday, January 12th. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Devin Fehely.
And I'm Julie Watts. And we'll get started this morning with a check of your forecast. Still have a little bit of rain out there on high-def Doppler. Not a whole lot of rain, but certainly a few showers right now passing through the peninsula and heading towards San Mateo, Mountain View, San Jose. We will see likely a few spotty showers here over the next couple of hours or so, and then we'll be drying out today. Futurecast showing, again, mostly dry today, but the next round of rain does move in tomorrow. And you do want to be prepared for that because it looks like it will be a good one. In fact, we've got rain pretty much off and on through the next week, setting up for a very wet weather pattern. In the meantime, current conditions outside right now in the upper 40s to low 50s, so mild temperatures, and again, mostly dry with some scattered showers for the first part of the day, drying out for the second half of the day. Temperatures today in the upper 50s to low 60s area-wide. We will be mild today. And as we look ahead, we'll keep an eye on the rain. I will time out more rain heading our way. That's coming up in just a bit. But first, we are learning new information this morning about a horrific crash in Antioch. 2 people were killed, 4 others hurt, all of them teenagers. Police say their ages range from 17 to just 13 years old. You can see the car here was just obliterated after crashing into a tree on Lone Tree Way. 4 of the passengers were taken to the hospital. Their injuries are unknown at this time. 2 of the teens were pronounced dead at the scene. Officers say the preliminary investigation shows excessive speed on a wet roadway is the most likely cause of this collision at this time.
Investigators in Yolo County believe that Davis police officer Natalie Corona was ambushed by a gunman as she investigated a car crash. Davis Police Chief Darren Pytel says the gunman rode up on his bicycle and was in a shadowy area of the sidewalk Thursday night when he opened fire. Chief Pytel says the gunman kept firing the semi-automatic handgun in all directions and kept reloading. A firefighter was shot in the boot but was not injured, and a fire truck was riddled with bullets. A bus, a home, and a woman's backpack were also hit. Chief Pytel says the suspect went to his home nearby after that shooting.
It was there that he met with a roommate and really didn't show any signs that he had just been involved in this incident.
Investigators say the gunman left a backpack at the scene and information inside that led officers to a home. A standoff with police ensued, and the suspect was later found dead of an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. The suspect's identity has not been made public. Officer Corona died at UC Davis Medical Center. Since news of the fatal shooting spread, people have been leaving flowers and writing messages at a memorial outside Davis Police headquarters. Corona, a 22-year-old rookie officer, commuted to her job in Davis from her family's home in Colusa County. Her father, Merced, a law enforcement veteran, says that his daughter had a big heart.
She arrested an individual the other day, and she came home and said, Dad, I had to take her, I had to take this person's bag of cereal, and that was all they had to eat. And so I put $5 in his bag and told him, that was for them to eat when they got out. And I said, well, Natalie, you can do that. I said, but you're going to run into people like that all the time. She says, I know, Dad, but I don't mind it.
Natalie Corona was only a full-fledged officer for a few weeks, but had worked for the Davis Police Department since 2016.
She died doing what she loved to do. She knew that was a possibility. I think she embraced that.
This is the first time since 1959 that a Davis police officer was killed in the line of duty.
She was the most friendly, outgoing, and just wanted to be everybody's friend, and was. I've heard so many times in the past 2 days about, she's like a daughter, she's my best friend, she was like a sister. She was just somebody that everybody in this building respected. And truly, I don't think I've ever worked with anybody quite like her.
A candlelight vigil honoring Officer Natalie Corona will take place this evening at 6 p.m. at Central Park in Davis. The full interview with Officer Corona's father can be seen on our website at kpix.com.
Well, former Santa Clara City Council member Dominic Caserta is now taking legal action over his sudden fall from grace. Last year, Caserta ended his campaign for county supervisor and resigned from the city council after accusations of sexual harassment surfaced. The accusers included former campaign staff members and students at Santa Clara High, where he's a teacher. He is on paid leave there, pending an investigation. Now, Caserta has filed claims against the city of Santa Clara and Santa Clara Unified School District, blaming them for his inability to get a job in the wake of the scandal. Mayor Lisa Gilmore says she'll vigorously fight that claim.
No, he doesn't deserve any money from the city of Santa Clara. He voluntarily resigned as a council member. He's caused his own issues.
Now, these claims are the first step. They could lead to lawsuits, and Santa Clara News Online reports Caserta could be looking for up to $38 million. He has denied allegations against him, and prosecutors decided there is not enough evidence to charge him with a crime.
From the nation's capital this morning, there are new revelations about President Trump and the FBI. According to the New York Times, the FBI opened an investigation right after President Trump fired James Comey as bureau director in 2017. Officials wanted to know if the president had been working on behalf of Russia, and they treated it as a counterintelligence matter with potential implications for national security. In another development, President Trump's daughter Ivanka is being considered for the president of the World Bank. The Financial Times says she's on the short list of candidates. Ivanka is currently a White House advisor. She doesn't have a background in international trade economics, but she has been a businesswoman running her own fashion line and working for the Trump Organization.
Well, the partial government shutdown is now the longest in U.S. history. It's entering a fourth week, exceeding the previous record shutdown of 23 years ago. More than 800,000 federal workers just missed their first paycheck. At the moment, no new talks are scheduled between the White House and congressional Democrats. The sticking point remains funding for the border wall. Here in the Bay Area, unpaid employees at NASA Ames now have access to loans. Their union has arranged for up to $2,500 per worker through a credit union. It is interest-free if paid back within 60 days.
California Attorney General Javier Becerra wants to block the sale of 2 cash-strapped hospitals to Santa Clara County. Becerra says the county has not agreed to operate O'Connor Hospital in San Jose and St. Louis Hospital in Gilroy in a way that would protect healthcare access for low-income communities. The county planned to buy the hospitals for $235 million as part of a bankruptcy reorganization. A hearing date is set for January 30th. The county's agreement requires the deal to close before March. Well, this morning, police are warning Bay Area boat owners there is a spike in boat thefts in the Delta. Just within the past few months, the Contra Costa County Sheriff's Office says that more than 24 boats were stolen across the Bay Area. They are usually stripped and then dumped. In some cases, like this one, they're even set on fire. Well, it is time for us to call it a morning. Thank you for watching KPIX 5 News this morning.